Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our Crafty Hour number 67. It's Deanna here at Clipper Street Scrapbook Company. We are going to get started in just a moment. We're just going to get everybody on our page, including myself. There we go. And we will get started in just a few minutes. I am a couple minutes early. Figured I was ready. I might as well hop on. So hello, everyone. We're going to get started in 1 minute. I'm just going to wait, get everybody on board. This is the kit that we are going to be using today. This is supposed to be an album kit. It is Crafty Garden, 49 in Market. It's supposed to be an album. And I am telling you, I am excited to make the album. I actually purchased 2 of them. One so that I can make the album. This one, of course, I have got into a bunch of stuff, but if you opened up your kit, it is insane. You get this beautiful album, which I think will make for a really pretty wedding album, but you can do all kinds of fun things inside. So you have the album, you have all the instructions to put the album together. So this is ready to go. This would make a great gift for somebody too, even if they're not creative. This spells everything out, and you just put your pictures. It even has the picture size listed that you can do. It includes all of your papers, okay? There is the spine if you want to do it that way. And it includes all your die cuts and all of these. I call these like postcards, even though they're not postcards. I guess they're kind of like a little envelope, but they're not really an envelope too. Good morning, Betty. An A2 size card is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Now that's the finished size, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Let me find where my card is. And of course that can be opening at the top or it can be opening at the bottom. So 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I chose one that has the fold at the top, but you can also do one that has the fold at the sides. Totally up to you, your preference. So we do have a few extra of these. If anybody has not got theirs and would like to get it, call us. What is the price? Oh my gosh, it's $36 for an album kit. This is perfect Christmas gift item, or just to have handy and make it when you're bored. This is one of those things I say are a no-think. You just follow the instructions, and sometimes if I'm not feeling very creative, this is what I use for my no-think. So we do have a few in the store. You can give us a call afterwards if you'd like to do it. I'm going to clean. Here we go. I'm going to clean my camera there. It looked a little blurry. All right. So what I decided to do with this is make 2 cards. Now, these are what I call my normal style cards. These are layered cards. So we are going to create 2 of them together this morning. There is a lot of work involved, but I had you pull all the die cuts, and there was a lot. So my apologies if there was too many. This is going to be for card number 1, and then this is card number 2. So I wanted to give us a couple of cards with this. You can also use these projects in your Elizabeth Crafts if you want to use it in your planners. And of course, this is perfect for scrapbooking. You can get a lot of pages out of this kit. So it is such a good value. And I think these kits were normally, gosh, pushing $70. Canadian. So right now they're about half price. All right, looking at the clock, it is 10:02. So as I mentioned, I have a lot to share with you. This will be available on replay. So this is a Crafty Hour. If you cannot keep up or you want to just sit back and watch and go back, this will be available for you to rewatch as soon as we are done. So there is no worries with that. Now, for your homework, it's the first 2 items we are going to need. So I asked you for a card base, which I think this morning, I think I brought, nope. So we're going to cut it down. I actually changed this after I wrote it. The card base is only 5 1/4. So if you have a 5 1/2, not to worry about it. Just trim it down to 5 1/4. After I did all this, I thought, no, we're going to use this size card. And so that is going to be your first step. Now mine, I already did this morning. So I want it to be 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. So go ahead and just do that. You can see that I've got the gold as the right measurement. But I thought at first I might do a bigger card and then change my brain. That happens. So for this, what we're going to need is your card that's going to be 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. Just trim off 1/4 of an inch on the top and the side, let's say. I'm going to have to square that one up. And then a gold piece that is just over 5. The gold piece should measure 5 1/8. And that's also going to be a square. So that's the first thing we're going to do. I'm just going to trim mine. Sometimes when I fold my cards, they're not perfect, right? I'm sure we're all feeling that. There we go. So my card now measures 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. Okay, I'm going to put this off to the side. Ooh, got lots happening. We'll put that away. We're going to come into these in just a moment. I'm just going to slide it off to the side so you can see nice and clear. Now, double check. Make sure that that gold fits on it. It is going to be a square card, 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. And then go ahead and glue your gold onto it. Okay, just go ahead and attach your gold right onto your card. And we'll just let that dry for a sec. That should give you a tiny white border. Now, if you wanted to keep your card at 5 1/2, you'll just get a bigger border. It won't change anything else. It's totally up to you. Now, you will notice, I'm just going to talk for a minute while you're doing this. You will notice that in your album kit, there was a ton of these pages. Okay, they're very thick. These are actually the page if you want to do an album, but you can see how you can do this into scrapbooking and mixed media. It is an 8" by 10. So these are nice and big. And I just chose one. I chose this one. It really doesn't matter because as you can see on my card, this is going to be the background. So we're really not going to see a lot of it, maybe just a little bit at the top. So I chose this one that has the vase. Perhaps you want to choose one that you don't like since we're going to cover it up. Again, totally up to you. So pick one of your white papers, whichever one you like, and we are going to trim that down to 5 by 5. So whatever space you like, and again, remember, we're not going to fall in love with it because as you can see, we're hardly going to see any. We're not going to see any of that at all. So you can choose one you don't like, maybe a boring one since we're not going to see a lot, or you can choose one that you love. It's totally up to you. So we're going to trim it from whatever space you like, 5 by 5. And I'm just going to do the same exact. Look how much you can get out of these. It's so insane. And I'm going to trim that down. And I'm going to keep all these scraps, of course, because we can. And you will need to decide which way you want your card to open. I like to have mine with the fold at the top. That's just me personally. So I have it like that. But decide which way. Maybe you want it to open with the side. And then we are going to glue that on. And that should give you a little border of that gold foil all the way around. Okay, so go ahead. We'll attach that. And as I mentioned, this is going to be the only pattern paper we're going to use on this card. Everything else is going to be just embellishments, which is really nice. Because that means that part is done. Okay, I am going to bring in our die cuts. And we're going to get die cutting. I also want you to find one of these brown envelopes. So you had an entire pack in your kit. And it is one of these smaller brown. What weight is your card base? I'm going to say probably about 100. Probably. Yeah, that's about the same. So probably about 100. But the foil makes it thicker. And then this paper, of course, you can feel how thick this paper is. You could even use your card base. Gosh, I didn't think about that. We could have even used our card base with this. How amazing would that have been? Oh, I need another kit. See, I need 3 of those. Okay, so find your brown, because we're going to use one brown. And this is the smaller. There is also one that is long and skinny. We are not using that one. We are using the one that has the postmark on it. Kind of looks like that. I'm going to use this as a pattern as well. So this is all I need. This is it. This is it, plus my foam tape and my scissors. All right, so I had you pull all the die cuts already. So down the edge here is this long one. Yes, Judy, there are more kits. If you can give us a phone call, we can process that for you ASAP before they all sell out. So this is what we're going to use. We have this long die cut piece. Looks like this. And of course I had you pull all your die cuts, so I won't go into too much detail. But first thing I'm going to do is right up here, I'm going to cut off these leaves. I'm going to snip it right there because it's just a little too long. And of course I don't throw those away. Those are going to be good for stuffing somewhere. So that's our first thing. I'm just going to cut that off right there. Okay, take off the top. And then I'm also going to take off a little bit from the bottom. This little straggly guy, if you have a quick watch, I'm going to snip there and I'm going to snip there and just get rid of that. So let's see if I can get it all onto maybe a bigger piece of paper for you guys to see. Okay, so I've cut this into 3. I think it went something like that. So I'm going to get rid of this top part. I'm going to get rid of this bottom part. I'm just going to use the middle. Now, is it urgent that you cut this off? No, it's just that I'm not going to be using it, so I'm not going to worry about it. Now we're going to glue this to the side so that the yellow flower is right to the right edge. This little guy here is going to pop off a little bit, and at the top I want it just to pop off a little. So when I glue it, I'm actually not going to glue too much. I'm just going to do a couple of dots. See how quick that is? Couple of dots. That gives it a little flow, and we're just going to put it right like that. This one is completely flat. It's popping up the top just a smidge, and then this leaf is hanging over. The yellow is right to the edge. That's all I'm going to do for the first step. So I'm just going to leave that like that, and then we're going to move on to the next one. And that is taking this brown little envelope I mentioned, and we're going to put some foam tape on it. So I'm going to flip it over. Gosh, time flies. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to put some foam tape on the back of this. Okay, just like that. And I am going to just cover up that edge. I'm going to come pretty central. Am I straight? Not that it's going to matter too much, just like that. So I'm just covering up the edge, and I'm even top to bottom, which should put me about 1/4 of an inch in on that one side. Should put me just about 1/4 of an inch in. All right, that step is done. Next one, another die cut. That's all we're going to do for this card. That's all that's left is more die cuts. So now we're going to take this lacy edged one. Love it. So pretty. And I want the lacy part to be at the top and the right hand side, top and right. And we are going to glue it flat, just like that. Now what I don't want to do is put too much glue in this corner, because in a minute I'm going to take my big yellow flower, my single yellow flower, and I'm going to slip it under just like this. Okay, so we can actually glue both of those in at the same time. The gold yellow flower, the biggest one, is going to go in the top right. And you see how then I have the lace at the top and the lace on the right hand side. So we can just leave that there and maybe just scooch a little glue like that. And then we're going to take this, and this is going to be flat as well. Okay, so then I don't have to quite worry so much. And it's going to go like that. Ah, love it. I love all that natural distressed look. The stain on there makes me happy. Okay, and then we can sneak that little guy right underneath. Now we're going to take the 2 tickets. Nope, I didn't trim that whatsoever, Lynn. Not at all. It is not trimmed. That is the size. Where is my... It is one of the yellowy, beigey ones. And it is, not counting the lace, it's just over 3 inches wide by, yeah, about 3. It's a little square. Roughly 3 by 3. Did not trim it, just glued it flat. Now we have these 2 little tickets. We have a memorable and a forever. And I'm going to glue them, kind of like that so that I can see the words and I can see all the numbers. So once I have it like that, I'm just going to put a tad bit of glue. I'm just using the Barely Arts glue because it dries clear, which is good. And we're just going to do that. Okay. So I'm going to see the top numbers and I'm going to see the side ones. There is also, guys, a white lacy in case you're or not white, it's kind of blue. And that one goes on the blue card. This one is on the yellow card. And it's about roughly 3 by 3. Now, when we go to glue this, I don't want any glue on the top. We're only going to put glue on the bottom. And we're going to put it right about like that. Okay, but only glue on the bottom because we're going to stick some stuff down below. So if you have a look, glue is only going to be on the bottom. It's not even on the full half. And I'm going to cover up this corner right here. Just like that. Okay, still I can put all kinds of stuff. It's only glued where my thumb is. 2 different sizes of the lacy thingamabob. So that's perfect. This one is approximately, not counting the lace, it's about 3 by 3, not counting the lace. All right. You get so much in these, it's insane. I know. I know. I couldn't believe how many pages there were. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you should have 2 yellow flower die cuts left. One that is a cluster, it's got 3 of them, and one that is a single. Now the single one, I'm going to put a little foam tape behind. Just going to put one of my little squares behind the single one. And I'm going to put it right over top like that. So you see now we've got that layered flower up in the top. It will be on YouTube, Sherry Lynn, later. And then for the next 30 days, it will also be on our Facebook page. So you could just come right back here at, let's say, just after 11, and you can start it fresh. It'll be right on our page where you are right now. Now with these, we are going to tuck them under. Let me show you. It's going to look like this. All right, we're going to tuck it under. Now I'm only going to put some foam tape on these 2 blossoms, maybe right on the edge of this one, but you can see that the left side hangs over. So we don't want any foam tape there, and we're just going to sneak it under. I am going to tear off this little leaf. I'm not going to use it. flip it over. I'm going to put one on each of the blossoms on the right and one on the big blossom, but again, keeping it closer to the right hand side. So just like what you see here, you shouldn't be missing any pages because the die cut sheets are complete. So you might just have to go back and flip through. You get so much in this kit. It's insane. It's just insane. Okay, so I'm going to peel those off. And again, Crafty Hour, some people can keep up, some people can't. So some people got their homework done, some don't. So it's never a worry because you can just come back and do it whenever works. It's all good. Never, I don't want anyone to feel stressed. So that's the only way it's going to hold together. I didn't worry about glue at all. We just did it like this, and that part is ready. All right, we're going to move on to the next one. Okay, everybody so far so good. So the next step that we're going to do takes a little bit of work. We're going to take this big fence. I had you pull the big one. I think you got a few of these. And we're just going to hold it across and we're going to snip. Now, what we have left over, I'm going to snip it just like that. So I just held it across. And I want it on the pattern paper. So it didn't go right to the card. I went pattern paper. That is going to leave me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces of the fence that we are going to put with our next card. So cut off 7, put it off with your next card, and then we have these 7 that go like that, or the rest, not the 7, the rest. Okay, so cut off 7. And then we're going to put this. Now we are going to pop this up. Whew, I know that's crazy. So here's what I want you to do. Flip it over so the pointies are facing you. Then we're going to take our handy dandy strips. You don't want to use anything else but your strips. Trust me on that. Okay, now we're going to start on the left-hand side. And I'm just going to snip a few pieces, maybe 3/4 of an inch. I'm not measuring. I don't do that. And we're going to do every other one only, just like that. Okay? You can see I'm not making it the whole length because it doesn't need to be. Yeah, Judy, I would get another one because, first of all, the promo is over, so I cannot get any more. What we have in store is it. They were selling them as a promotion, and I know that it is about 50% off, might even be more than 50% off. So I can't wait to make the album. I bought an extra 2 because it's gorgeous. Now we're going to go every other one, and you should end up even. Okay, with, both ends have a piece. Now we're not done, so don't attach it. I just want to make sure that you have every other one. Now if you hold it up to your card, you can see that the last 2 actually need double. So on the last 2, on the far right, we are going to put another piece on top. Can everybody see that? Just on the last 2. Okay, so I'm going to take another one. Oh, I had one over here. That's okay. And the last 2 on the far right will be double. Everything else is just single. Now, when we go to put it down, I'm not going to press it down because I am going to put one more thing on. But what I like to do, and let me show you, let me put mine on gently, just gently. You can see that I made it, and maybe this is being me very, very picky because I believe it. Down on the bottom of that brown postcardy envelope piece, I made it so that's where my line is. I don't know if you can see it, but underneath is all white. So it just helps my eye go there. So just press it down gently. We're going to put one more thing right now in there and then we'll be done. Okay, so every other one, it doesn't take long to do. And the last two need to be double because it goes down to the flower. I also had you pull this little postage stamp. So I'm just going to give it a little squish. I'm going to put some some glue on the back, just on the bottom of the little stamp. And I am going to throw that underneath my fence just slightly. And then press it down. And we're not done yet over here, so don't worry. Okay? Just like so. So now we have our stamp over there. We're going to put some flowers there in a minute. We've got our fence. It's sitting nice and flat all the way across. And then I want you to find the long selection of daisies. Kind of looks like this. Actually, I chose a different one. Well, that's okay. I didn't notice, but look, they are mirrored images of each other. Well, that's okay. We're going to put some little foam tape pieces behind the blossoms only. And if it's too small, don't stress it. Not all of them need to have one. Maybe I'll put one on there. I might need to cut one. If I cut them, I like to cut them on the backing, as you can see, because they don't go flying all over the place. We'll put one on there. Okay, now to take off all this backing. Too many pieces. Perfect. And this collection is going to go right down in the bottom right corner. Kind of like that. Oh, I love it. Okay. This one, maybe I'll add a little extra foam tape there. Sometimes when it jumps down there, I don't want it to look droopy. So I'm just going to put more foam tape on there. Oh, now it's perfect. Now you can see how well it sits. Evelyn, if you could do me a favor and call the store anytime. You could call now, you can call after 11, and the girls will help you. I will forget because just as I was walking in the door, we got 23 boxes. So yeah, just give us a phone call. Okay, then we're going to take this other one, which is more of our flowers. This is a smaller piece, and this is going to go over here. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to flip it over, and I am going to put some foam tape everywhere we need it. Okay. If it's a small piece, I have these half cut already. So I'll just put a little half cut piece. And remember, I can always go back and add more foam tape if I deem it necessary. Okay. All right. Perfect. So this is going to go right in the corner. It's going to go over top of all those goodies. Oopsie. So I think no, maybe I'll just leave them. Just like that. So now we have flowers in front of the gate, behind the gate. We have flowers everywhere. Now I chose the word memories. There is a lot of words in there. So if you want to use something different, of course you can. We're going to put it right like this. So you can choose any that you wish. And we're going to put foam tape behind that. And these are pretty big. So I'm actually going to use these dots rather than my, I usually use the strips, but I think they're pretty big. Now at the end, under the IES for memories, we're going to need double there. Because again, it's going to go down. We don't want it to droop. So on the very end, I did double the rest. And we're just going to put it right I think I'll come over just a hair more. Don't stick. There we go. Oh, I love it. Just like that. All right. So that leaves us with 3 more die cuts. We have this little word that says treasured time. I am going to put some foam strip behind that. Just like that. And I'm going to put that down here over top of the bottom of the flowers. Again, I love that look. And then 2 yellow butterflies. They are different sizes. Okay. And I'm going to bring in my sticky thumbs for those that know sticky thumbs. Let me show you these. These are a little bit thicker than the foam tape. And I like to have different heights so you can see that this is a little bit thicker. So I love using these. You can use whatever you like. And I'm just going to put 1 on the back side on the body. Only 1. Oh, thank you, Debbie. 1 like that. And then I'm going to fluff it. Big one's going to go up here. And he's going to kind of be flying into that flower. I like my butterflies to fly into my card, not off my card. Reason? Because your eye follows where they're going to go. So you don't want them to fly off. This little guy, I'm going to put him, you know what, right? I think, right, he's going to go down here. He's going to go down with these butterflies, somewhere in there. Okay, so again, he's flying into the card. You also don't want your butterflies to be on too much of an angle or they look like they're in a tornado. Okay, so butterflies do not fly sideways so much. They kind of fly up and sideways, but not direct. Now that's all I did. Of course, you could go back with these and add more anytime you want. That is totally fine. These are extra. I'm going to put them in my box because I know I will use them somewhere. Oh, I'm so glad, Shirley. Hopefully you'll come and take one of my classes because this is not how I normally teach. I normally am way slower. In a class, we do not move ahead unless everybody's ready. But in a crafty hour, we have 1 hour to create 2 fabulous cards. And look at that, half an hour in, and we have these. Now, the only difference with these I noticed after is the daisies. One goes one way, one goes the other. You can see they're both fantastic. I love this line. If you guys have not got an extra kit, come on. You'll be able to make probably 40 or 50 cards out of this kit for 35 bucks, 36 bucks, something like that. Okay, so that one is done. This is great for so many cards. This could be a birthday card, 100%. Could be a retirement card. It could be a card for teachers. There is so many. This could even be a sympathy card that is not like a traditional, right? Memories and treasured time. So that one is done. Are we ready for card number 2? We're going to switch it up. We're going to go to our teals, which of course you know I love. I love. All right. So on the teal card, this is going to be our teal card. And I just loved all those blue flowers. So for what I told you to do for this was an A2 card base. This is my A2 card bases. And I did a top folding. As I mentioned, it can be a side or top. I like a top folding. If you're not sure what a side folding, do I have one? Nope. See, I do a lot of top foldings. There is one somewhere. But I just like top folding only because it tends to, for me, stand up a little bit better. So that's just my choice. My cards are heavy because there's a lot of layers. So when you have a top folding, it doesn't fall down, I find, quite as easy. And then I said teal or silver foil. So if you follow along with us, you know I'm addicted to foil. So sorry, but it is. It is true. So you can choose any one. I have all colors, so I used a teal And if you don't have teal, you can use silver. That's going to go nicest with the blues, so you have options. Now this card is going to be very unusual because I'm going to show you how to create a card when we really don't have any colored pattern paper, right? Have a look at this. All the paper in that kit was white. And I want to also tell you, good gosh, I'm all over the place. This is thick enough that you can color these with your watercolor if you want. Just go light on the water so you don't get too much pilling. But you can color these as well because they're so thick. I don't know if it said how thick. I don't know. Okay, then I had you, so we're going to make that. I had you pull all your die cuts as homework. And I also mentioned just now we need that leftover fence. So we're going to use that as two. I'm going to set this aside just for now while we create. All right, so you have pre-cut as per your homework, whichever foil you're going to use, teal or silver, and it's going to be 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And what that will do is give you a teeny tiny border of white all the way around. So go ahead and glue that in place. Okay, and then we'll hang tight there for a minute. I'll get you to find a couple of things, glue that in place, and then we will get started. Okay, that can sit over there, and we'll bring these in. Okay, now in this pack of goodies, there's a lot. I'm going to get you to pull 2 more things out, 3 more. I'm going to get you to pull 2 of the teal, and I'm going to get you to pull 1 of the brown. And again, these all have the postage marks. Look how many of these you have. I mean, this is insane. You have oh my gosh, did I mess these all up? You have so many for more cards, and Courtney's using some of these also, and for your album. I mean, there's so much in here. So I want you to have 2 teals and the brown that have the postage, stamps. All of them have postage. And we're going to start with these two teal ones. Now, first thing I'm going to get you to do, and it's very important that you do this the right way, or else you're going to be short. I want you to put it so that the solid teal is at the top, the opening of the envelope is at the bottom. This is about 4 3/4, should look like this, okay? I want it horizontal, dark teal at the top, the light teal is at the bottom. And for both of them, we're going to cut them to 4 inches. So I'm going to slide it over, 4 inches, cut. So you can save this little piece if you want, or not. Totally up to you. That's the first one. And we're going to do the same thing. Over to 4, dark teal at top, light teal on the bottom, 4 inches, cut. We're not worried about it being center, of course. We're not worried about anything. Not right now. So both of these measure the same. You can cut them at the same time if you wish. They are thick, but you can. 4 inches. All right. Now we're going to trim the other way. So we're going to put them tall. And I'm going to cut off some of this light teal, this light one right here. So when I do it this way, it measures just over 3 1/2. We're going to take it to 3 inches. And do you see here how I'm cutting off the light part? So this is what my new card looks like. It's a 4 by 3. We're going to do the same thing. I'm cutting off the light. Okay, put it in my trimmer, measures just over 3 1/2. We're going to take it to 3 inches and cut. And now I have 2 cards, 2 of these envelopes. They're phony. They measure 3 inches across by 4 inches tall, and they're the same. Check and double check. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put one up here, and we're going to glue it. And we're going to put one down here, and we're going to glue it. And I want the light colors to be in the middle, and they are going to overlap by 1/2 inch, which is perfect. Now you want to make sure that that teal that you have is even all the way around. So I'm going to start with the first one. I'm going to put some glue on the back. And I'm going to put it up towards the top so I have an even border of the teal at the top and the sides. And my light part is in the middle, right? Light part is right here. Oops, got a little seepage happening. Teal, teal, teal. Then this one will overlap. Same thing. Light in the center. Okay. And it's gonna go like that. Give it a sec to dry. It will overlap in the middle. Don't worry. We're not gonna see that overlappy mess. Trust me. Trust me, trust me. Oh, I got glue happening today. Oh, thank you, Roxy. That's very sweet. Very messy gluer today. Some days. Okay, don't worry about the middle. Normally I cover that seam, and we will. As you can tell, we're not going to see it. So that's a great way to utilize some of that, those cards, because we got a lot of them. A lot. Now we're going to take the brown card, and we are going to foam tape it, kind of like that. Okay, slight angle, just a little bit. Maybe we'll move it on the card. Just slight angle. Okay, have a look. This is slight. This is not. Just a little degree. So I'm going to take some foam tape, and I'm going to put some on there. And some there. And I'm just going to put it right like that. So this piece is almost at the top, and this piece is almost on the left. Slight angle closer to the top. And guess what? That's all the paper we're going to cut. We're now just going to decorate. These are such easy cards to do. So easy. All right. Are we ready? And I do think I trimmed this just a little bit, so we'll bring in that trimmer in a sec. All right, thank you, Judy. So we're going to cut, we're going to take, let me explain first, sorry. We're going to take this tealy lacy bit, and it measures, without the lacy, let me grab my ruler, it measures 2 3/4-ish wide. And again, not counting the lace part, about 3.5 tall. Now I'm going to take, you can use scissors or you can use your trimmer. I'm going to cut just underneath. So I want the lacy part at the top and on the right. Lacy at the top and on the right. What is the paper that you have put your pieces on that seem to stick? Oh, no. Let me show you. This is just garbage. It was from a class I taught last year. I keep the covers. The secret, Sherry, is the, and I didn't bring mine, is the repositionable adhesive. You put it down and it's repositionable. It also rubs right off. So it only holds it for a certain amount of time, right? So when I go to pull off, for instance, my butterfly, it doesn't damage it. And I don't know if you can see those little dots. That's the repositionable. And then you can just rub it off if you want. I don't rub it off. I just put more stuff on. So I just use scrap papers. Oftentimes I use the little craft stacks from Spellbinders, but because I took photographs of these, I did not. Okay, so let me tell you the measurement, and then we'll get started. We're going to say 2 7/8 is what we're going to say, and I'll show you where that is. So here's what I want you to do. We're going to put it so that we have the lacy bit on the left and the lacy bit on the top. Makes it a little bit more challenging. We're going to cut underneath that lacy bit. So do you see, let me see if I'm in camera here. Do you see that? When I look at the measurement, it's roughly 2 7/8, but we're just going to cut underneath. Everybody see that okay? Make sure yours is lined up with mine. I think that's probably good. So now it looks like this. It's just a smaller corner piece. You know what these are great for? We're not doing this, but I'll tell you. If you put one strip of double-sided tape down here and put it, let's say, right here, and you just put it down the sides, this will work really well. Of course, do I have something I can show you? As a little pocket gift card, right? So these are so useful. We're not going to do that, but it's so useful. So this is what my piece looks like. I've cut right underneath, left everything else. Now I had you pull this little frame, and this is kind of a fun little crazy frame. Okay, it looks like it's 2 frames in one. And we are going to put some foam tape on it, and then we're going to put it on top, kind of like that. Okay, and we can always trim this little bit that we see after. So I'm going to flip over my frame. I'm going to take my double-sided tape, sorry, foam tape. My foam strip would be accurate. And you know what else these little frames are good for? Shakers. You have a bajillion in your kit. There's a ton. So you can make these into shakers as well. There's just so much you can do with this kit. Okay, I need one more frame. And as I mentioned, these lives will stay on our Facebook page for 30 days, and then Facebook gets rid of them. But they are on our YouTube channel. So you can always go and look at them there. Okay, I think that's probably good. I don't need to cover everything because I'm not making it a shaker. So once I've got it covered, I'm going to put it on top so that I'm going to come down. I'm going to go on a slight angle. Oops, I can see it. That's okay. Like that. It's a slight angle. So I have the lacy on the side and the lacy on the top. And I did it on a slight angle, just like that. Yes, Roxy, there are still some kits. Just give us a phone call. You can call anytime. Don't tell me, that's all. Okay, so this is what we have. We've just put them together. Everybody good? And I'm going to set that off to the side for a minute. We're going to add some more stuff first before we do that. I just want to get that ready to go because we're going to run out of time otherwise. Now you have this very beautiful, long, tall blue floral. And we are going to glue that right like this. Now notice I'm not going right down to the bottom. Okay, some of it's going to hang over. Up here, I am going to snip. So if you want to put it so that the leaves are at the bottom of your brown, do everybody see that? I'm going to snip this off. Okay, have a watch just in case you're doing something. Boop. Wear your safety goggles. And then up here, I think right about here, I'm going to boop that off too. And we're going to glue this flat. Mine is actually sitting there because I do still have some of that repositionable adhesive on there. But I'm just going to add a little bit of glue. And again, I know that this is going to hang over, so I'm not worried about all those. And sometimes I don't want all of it to stick down. I want it to have some flow to it. Okay, and it's just going to go like that. You can see the glue. It'll dry clear. Not worried. So this is just hanging out. This is flat. All right. You've got extra pieces now that you can always add in if you wish. I do think I might have done some of them. We'll see. We will see. And then this will also be flat because remember, we've already popped it up once. So that's probably good. And let me show you where we're going to go here. Right over to the edge like that. It's going to go right to the edge of the card. Might even poke over just a smidge. It's going to go to the top of the brown and then right beside that blue flower. I don't want to hide too much of that blue flower. So we're not going to put, we'll shift it over just a little. Okay, so we got some glue, slight angle, very slight. And it's going to go like that. So you can see how you can make this a shaker very, very easily. Okay. Now we're going to play with some flowers because there's so many good flowers on here. So many good flowers. Butterflies I usually do last. Let's do our fence next. So we have this leftover fence from our last card, and we're essentially going to do the same thing. We're going to put it right down here in the bottom right corner. Now, as you can see, we're only going to need foam tape kind of towards the bottom. And can you see how we're probably going to need double the foam tape? Actually, I don't think I did. Nope. Hello.
Hello.
Did I do double? Call the store for an additional kit. Yes. Message was garbled. Yes. I think I saw.
Did you?
One sec. Sorry, guys. I saw somebody say they phoned and left a message.
Okay.
Let me see if I can figure out who it was.
Right there.
Where? Did you see it?
Hayden? Is that
Nope, I don't think that was
I
it.
bet that's
Sorry,
what it
guys.
is.
Somebody called and left a message for a kit, but the message was a little garbly
I
goop,
think
and
it
they
might be Leah Hayden.
Leah Hayden.
But
Okay,
she just
I'll
left a
go back
message.
through in a minute.
Okay.
I'm going to get them on track,
Yeah,
and then
we've got
we'll.
one set aside.
We've got one set aside for somebody.
Yeah.
That was Diane, just saying. Call the store back if you left a message. Okay, I did put double. Oh, Judy left a message. Okay, I'll double check Judy. She thought it was a Leah, so there might be two. But you know what? We're just going to write Judy down so they can. Sometimes, Judy. Okay, we'll double check. So, once again, I'm going to take my foam strip. I'm going to fold it so it's double. And I'm just going to cut. And these pieces are going to be smaller because they're only going on the bottom part. And I'll show you what I mean in a sec. Every other one is more than enough. So see, double just on the bottom. Grab another one. And I'm just going to fold a little bit of that in half. These are small, no more than 1/2 inch. That one there. And you only need 4 because we're only doing every other one. Oh, Leah. Yes, it was Leah Hayden. Okay, great. She thought so. I will make sure to tell her. She says she's got one set aside for you. They're just so good. So good. Okay. I live in the boonies. You talk like me too. Okay, so double, and I'm going to slip it right in the bottom so it's only attaching on the bottom. We don't need to worry about it attaching on the top. It ain't going to go anywhere. So there we have that. Okay, now we're going to put together on. That's the next one I chose, together. And you can see that I kept with that slight angle. So I'm going to cover up the bottom of that brown. Let me get my fingers out of the way. See this? I'm going to cover it up because do you see how it doesn't, like I want to make sure it's got clean lines. So it's going to go like this. Slight angle. Let me show you my real one. So we're going to put some foam on the back. And these are pretty thick, so I can get away with my little squares, but you can use your foam strips if you like to. Sometimes the foam strips are easier. And the very bottom of the G, where it loops down, I know I'm going to need double foam tape. So I'm going to put an extra one just in that spot. If I need an extra under the T, I will double check. But right now, it's just, I know for sure that spot. And then we're just going to put it and cover up the bottom. Oh, no, I think I'm good. Now, if your T needs an extra one, you can go ahead and put an extra extra foam tape on that. I wonder, maybe. Let's see. Let's see what it looks like if I do it. Maybe it needs a little more TLC there. Let's see. Yeah, that works. Okay. So now we're going to add in some flowers. So we've got our bottom kind of done. Oh, I do want to talk about one more thing. Now, I chose 2 different sentiments for you guys to use. On this one, I did Together is my favorite. I was thinking of this for an anniversary card. It's my anniversary next week, so I was thinking about it as an anniversary card. But I know that favorite is spelt in the American way. You might not want that. Some people are worried about that. If you don't like it, you can use Together and use Time Together. Both of those will work. I'm going to use both of them so that you can see. But choose which one you're comfortable with. I don't think we get too riled up about that kind of stuff, but you never know. So I'm going to put that, and I'm going to put it right down here on my fence. Oh, love it. Look at that. So use whichever you want. I have now used both. And you could go through your kit and choose something different. Okay, we got 6 more minutes to get all of our flowers on. So let's start with this blue one that is a double. Looks like this. And we're going to put foam on the back of the big blossom only. Let me show you. Foam on the back of the big blossom only. On the small blossom, put a dab of glue. Just a dab, just like that. Okay. Now this is going to go, that little blossom that you put the glue on, I want it to go on the corner of your frame. So it looks like that. I know right now it looks silly, but that's okay. So that corner is here, and this one goes right to the top of the card with the little blue blossom peeking out behind. This is flat, that has a little foam dot on it. This is hanging out in space, and that is correct. Okay. Now, I had you pick 5 of these blue guys. There's 3 that are larger, 2 that are smaller. It doesn't matter which you use. We're going to pick 1 large. Doesn't matter. They're all the same. We're going to put a foam behind it, just like so. And we're going to put this on top of that stem. See how it's boring right there? I say boring, but hey, this card matches my sweater. We're just going to put it right like that. Again, adding some flowers. And then all these other little guys, these single, got 4 of them. What I want you to do with these, we're going to take 1 large. We're going to put a dab of glue. And we're going to put this, have a watch, right underneath like that. Ooh, Nicole, when is your anniversary? Mine is on the 15th, July 15th. And gosh, what am I celebrating this year? I don't even know. 36, 89, 99, 109, 119. Yeah, 36. Good gracious. Okay, then these other little guys, we are just going to put foam tape on and fill in these spots. So 1 was flat, the rest are going to get foam taped. And we're just going to fill in wherever you like, wherever you deem that we need some more. I think I'll cut that. And you just fill in the spots. We're almost done. A couple more steps. We should be finished pretty close. I'm going to put one down there because I feel like it's missing a spot there. And then Where should I put this one? Where? Oh, where? Let's put them right here. Just to fill it in. Isn't that great? Just fill it in. All right. Now, you've got some of these blue branches. I think I had you pick 3. These are very fragile. One of them is a double header, like this. And then 2 of them are singles. So let's start with the double header that looks like this. All right. Oh, well, congratulations, Nicole. Now, underneath the right side, the right one, I'm going to put 1 piece of foam. Let me pull this up. Just under the right one. Okay, so it's only under here. And maybe down on the bottom, dab of glue. Now, have a watch what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to tuck it into the corner. Tuck. And then this is going to go like that. Now, this one, I think, needs a little dab of glue. I think. Dab. Done. All right. And then you have these 2. I'm going to start with the lighter colored one, which is this one. And I'm going to glue it flat. So glue at the top and maybe a little glue on the bottom. And then have a look. I'm going to stick it also just tucking it kind of by the frame there. Right? See how it looks like it's growing out of the frame? And then this one, come on, pick up. This one needs a little foam tape right behind the blossom. Just like that. And also sticking it right like that. Now the last thing is we have, oh, I'm going to save this because I might use that down the road. We have the 2 blue butterflies. These are the same. They're together. They're partners. And I'm going to put 1 pop dot on the big guy, just like that. Then I'm going to put the little guy on top. And then I'm going to fluff his wings. Oh, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful. And then a pop dot on the back, because that's how we're going to attach it. So 1 pop dot on the back, and then 1 pop dot between the butterflies to give it some dimension. And I'm going to sneak him right in the corner. He's going to check out those flowers. Of course, you could always add some Nouveau glitter gloss to it. That would look pretty. And let's see. Oh, dang, we're good. Right on time. 1 hour. Let's bring in both of our cards. We got 2 layered cards. Oh, I just love this line. 2 layered cards. Done and ready. Hopefully I gave you a little bit of insight onto how I layer up all the cards and just add more. Of course, if you want, you can always add more. You have a lot to do, a lot of extra product that you can make even more. Now, Courtney will be live on her Scrapbook and Memories page at 5 o'clock Pacific time. That is 7 p.m. Central time. She's going to be doing her cards later today. And she has her homework posted on her page. And then, like I mentioned, these are limited. Okay, so if you do want any more of these, I think they were regular $70. As you can see, you can make an album out of it. There is step-by-step instructions. We're selling these for $36, but you have so much that you can do. And this album alone is insane. And I want to tell you one more thing. One more. I love these cards. If you want, little secret, I'm not going to do it right now, but you can take this box apart and you can fold it the other way. Okay, take the entire box apart and you're going to have a beautiful box with the pattern. This entire box just pops out and you can flip it all around and then fold it and make a box with the daisies on the outside. So I wanted to give you that little tip. But yeah, give us a call if you want more. There is our phone number. We will sort you out. And then one last thing, don't forget, tomorrow we are going live with our next Crafty Hour. We're going to go live at 9 a.m. These are limited. When they're gone, they are gone. This next one will be on August 7th. I'm going to show you all the details, but I think this shows you some beautiful stuff. And then down the road, so much coming. Christmas. All right. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.